Asher and Pipeman on W4CY Radio.
This is the Pipeman here on the Adventures of Pipeman W4CY Radio in our Positively Pipeman segment, where we have our very special expert guest that comes on with us every week. And man, as you know, if you listen to my show, I don't pick people to come on every week unless they're really good at what they're talking about. And this man is the man you want to talk to about business. And we got an exciting show today because we're going to talk about market dominance, but I'm going to let him talk more about it. So let's welcome to the show, Michael Barbarita. How are you?
Thank you. Thank you, Dean. Pleasure to be here again.
Hey, pleasure to have you. And, I traveled like 9 hours on a plane, 2 hours on a train, half an hour on Uber so we could do this segment. And then I got tongue twisted saying your name, so I must have needed some more rest, I guess.
I guess so. Although a lot of people have problems pronouncing my name.
I know, and I know how to pronounce it. I was doubting myself for a second is what happened.
That's all right. That's all right.
So tell us about market dominance, but most importantly, how do you position yourself for that? And this is really big with me because it kind of touches a nerve. How you need to be different, because it seems in 2025, with everybody like being, an entrepreneur out there, they're all just copycatting everybody. And, when you do that, it's kind of like, well, there's no way I'm just going to pick the person that's going to be the least amount of money if I think they're all giving me the same thing.
That's exactly what happens. And it's funny because, I just joined a new networking group, and I didn't want to sound like a know-it-all or anything. I was just like listening, and everybody I was speaking to, I went from one business owner to another, and every business owner I was speaking to was complaining about the fact that they have to lower their prices to get jobs or get contracts or whatever industry, whatever business they were in. And, the reason is because they communicate exactly what their competition is communicating, the same stuff. And there's no other criteria that a prospect can use other than price to determine whether or not they should go with A, B, C, or D. And so what we help, we guide business owners through the implementation of what's called a position of market dominance. And this is really the true separator. This is what separates you, your business from everybody else. And what we found in our research, when we were doing research for our book, is that you have to enter the conversation. And by the way, had to go all the way back to 1931 to actually discover what really resonated with us. And what resonated with us was back in 1931, and I forgot the guy's name, but he said that the key to successful marketing is entering the conversation that's taking place in the mind of your prospect. Okay. I mean, that's really sounds good, but how do you do that? But he went on to say that the way to do that is that every conversation that's taking place in the mind of the prospect is based on two emotional issues. Number one, the problem they have they don't want, and two, the solution they're looking for that they can't find. And it's those two emotional issues that establishes the position of market dominance. Because if you remember from our conversion formula, there are four components, and the first two happen to be the problem the customer has, doesn't want, and the second one is the solution they want, they can't find. So that was the captivate, the problem, and the fascinate, which is the solution. And so how do you, but the question is, how do you go about establishing that differentiation? Well, one of the first things that you do is you go out and you look at all of the reviews that your competition has and that you have, both good and bad, and see what the customer is saying that is so great or so rotten about that particular business.
I love that advice. And the reason I love that is it's, it's resonating with me. First of all, I want to say, yes, exactly. Like, I'm saying let's boost our, creativity, problem solving instead of lowering our price. And yes, let's create uniqueness. But in what you were saying right there, it's very interesting because, as you know, I travel a lot. And so in traveling, I can sometimes drive myself crazy when I'm picking a hotel, an Airbnb, or something like that. And I'll read all the reviews, but I won't read them all. I generally don't read the good reviews first. I read the bad reviews first, and I look for key words. And if there's key things that are a pattern, I'm out. I don't even need to read the good reviews yet. And then on the good side, I also look for certain patterns and people saying the same type of thing. So that goes right along with what you're saying. Like, somebody may look for, like me, with these different companies, they're going to look what's the same and what's unique. And usually the place that I pick has the most thorough, specific, unique reviews. And the only reason they get those type of reviews is because they are unique. And, because otherwise, if you're the same as everybody else, it's just like, okay, it was great. And that's it. And you don't expand on it.
Right. So what I find that's interesting, to go a step further with it, it's a little nugget coming here. And that is, you take those reviews, you copy and paste them into a Word document, and then you give it to Claude or ChatGPT, and you say, Claude and ChatGPT, I want you to read all these reviews and identify the biggest issues that clients either rave about or complain about, and list them all. And what you'll find that's fascinating is that most of them are issues that they have with the industry. So, for example, in the trades, it's all about, do you come on time? Do you answer the phone? Do you leave a mess when you're done? Do you even show up for a job when you say you're going to show up? Do you start a job? Tell me at the beginning you're going to finish it in 3 days, and it takes you 3 weeks.
Right.
All of those issues, no one is really, in all likelihood, most people are not addressing in a direct manner. Problem, solution. And so, and some of those solutions require things like a risk reversal, where the seller in the transaction takes the risk. In other words, we will show up on time and we will clean to your satisfaction, or you can take $500 off the bill, something to that effect. So that's the solution. They're going to obviously, the customer says the problem is they're going to, no one shows up on time and they leave a mess. The solution is this company promises to do that, and I can take $500 off if they don't. That's probably a commitment that they're going to solve that problem for me.
I love that, because you see that in a lot of industries, like the 30-day money back guarantee thing. And if you talk to these companies, they rarely ever have to give money back.
Right. Well, when I was in the ski business, Dean, I had a guarantee where you ski the ski 3. No one did this because ski depreciates dramatically. But ski the ski 3 times, you don't like it, bring it back for a brand new pair.
Right.
We sold 8,000 pair of skis. 8 came back.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, the customer just wants a great experience. That's all they want. That's all they're asking for.
And it instills confidence too. Confidence, because listen, if I tell you I'm giving you a 30-day money back guarantee, that means I'm confident that I'm going to do exactly what I say I'm going to do, because no business is looking to give back money.
That's right. That's right. That's absolutely right. And that makes an offer compelling, by the way.
Totally.
It's one of the components of a compelling offer. So I do we do use AI as a tool to help business owners with helping them guide that through the implementation of creating positions of market dominance. And that was just one quick example. The second thing that's really important that business owners hate to do, but it's really, really important, is developing a customer avatar. And it's identified, and all you have to do is think about one customer. I don't care how many products you have. You think about one customer and how they're buying one particular product, and you go through in great detail. And we have templates to identify the level of detail that we would like when you analyze a particular customer for creating an avatar. Because when you give that avatar to AI, they can really create, and you'll be shocked at the problems that you come up with that customers have when you're working on the avatar and your ideal customer, and you're trying to attract your ideal customer. All the ideas start to come out. And then when that goes into AI, it's very simple for them to create a position of market dominance. Now, AI has to understand what a position of market dominance is. And so what we do with clients is we also give Claude or ChatGPT a copy of our book so that they understand all the strategies, the compelling offer, what a position of market dominance is, what the conversion formula is, and they can come up with the output.
Nice.
And it works famously.
Well, that's what AI is great for anyway, like eliminating your work. And even when I search for stuff, I don't have to read everything anymore because AI just basically summarizes it for me.
That's exactly right. And it's, what I was finding with strategic implementation was that business owners didn't want to do the work. And AI cuts that work. I mean, the most time any business owner has to spend with strategic implementation with us is creating the avatar. That's it. And we have obviously a step-by-step framework to creating it. But that's the most time that they have to spend. Once they got that, everything else takes care of itself.
So to explain people real quick, though, what does the avatar do? Because, so many people, they think of an avatar, it's just some funny looking character of yourself.
Well, a lot of people think of an avatar as a group of people. It's not. It's one person. So, like people think of an avatar as 25, people 25 to 45. It's not that. You think of one person or couple. A couple is acceptable as well. And you name them. And you tell us how many kids they have. And you tell us where they go on vacation. You tell them who their influencers are. You tell us who, what they're looking for in whatever service, a product or service that you provide. And it's all a framework that we have these questions that they answer about their ideal customer. And many times business owners will get confused because they like thinking about groups. They want to attract the multitudes. But it's amazing if you think about one person, how that identifies with a lot of people.
Yeah, totally.
Apple owns 80% of a 10% market. So their avatar attracted 80% of a 10% market size. And that's it. And by doing that, they were able to obviously dominate.
And what's brilliant about all this is, I do sales training for people, and one of the things I always say is the great salespeople do not sell people stuff. They convince them to buy something they already wanted to buy. Like, you can't talk somebody into buying something they're not going to buy. So they're going to buy it. Is it from you or your competition? So to me, what you're talking about in the avatar just makes that job so much easier because you know exactly what they want to buy, why they want to buy it. And now all you have to do is provide that to them.
That's it. You're right. And we use AI to assist because sometimes it sounds overwhelming to a business owner, but AI cuts the time. diffuses the amount of time by a significant amount.
And it does all the work you really don't want to do.
All the work that you hate doing,
Exactly.
all the drip campaign emails, all that stuff that you can't even conceive of.
Absolutely. So, any other final words on this subject here that you want to share? And also, if you could share all your contact information and anything so they could reach out to you and get more of this great content.
So what I'm going to do for 3 lucky listeners, and I only have the bandwidth for 3, but what I'm going to do for 3 lucky listeners is I'm going to show them how they can increase their revenue by $100,000 or more without spending any additional money on marketing or advertising. And that's only 3. I only have the bandwidth for 3 listeners. And they can go to my website, nextstepcfo.net/contact, fill out the contact form, and in the message section of the contact form, write 100K. 100K. And I'll be happy to show them that. But it's only the first 3 because I just don't have the bandwidth to do any more.
Sure. And that's a smart move, too, for people anyway, because people, a lot of times, they take on more than they can chew, and then everybody's getting terrible service opposed to knowing what you can handle, and everybody gets stellar service.
That's exactly right.
Well, once again, a pleasure to have you on, as you have brilliant ideas that can help people in their business in a time that I think they need it most. And I highly recommend they reach out to you and see what they can do to work with you to help their business grow.
Thank you, Dean. I appreciate it. Thanks for the time.
Thank you for being on the Adventures of Pipeman.
Love it. Thank you.
Thank you for listening to the Adventures of Pipeman on W4CY Radio.